Since Jesus Came Into My Heart by Rufus Henry McDaniel and Charles Hutchinson Gabriel. The hymn Since Jesus Came Into My Heart is a song of joy and transformation, but its origins are deeply rooted in personal grief and spiritual resilience. Its lyricist, Rufus Henry McDaniel, was born in 1850 in Ohio, one of 7 children. He was raised in Bentonville and received his education at Parker's Academy in Claremont, Ohio. A deeply spiritual young man, McDaniel began preaching at just 19 and was ordained a minister of the Disciples of Christ Church in 1873. He went on to serve multiple congregations throughout Ohio, ultimately retiring in Dayton. McDaniel was not only a preacher, but also a prolific hymn writer, penning over 100 hymns in his lifetime. He saw hymn writing as an extension of his ministry, once stating that his greatest desire was to brighten the experience of struggling souls and glorify God through his hymns. His commitment to faith and service was a defining feature of his life, even in the face of devastating personal tragedy. In early 1913, Rufus and his wife Margaret Dragoo suffered the loss of their youngest son, Herschel. This heartbreaking event profoundly affected McDaniel, but it also became the inspiration for one of his most enduring works. Rather than succumb to despair, he channeled his grief into a message of enduring hope and faith. He wrote the lyrics to Since Jesus Came Into My Heart, not as a lament, but as a testament to the sustaining power of Christ's presence in a believer's life, even in sorrow. Believing in the power of song to uplift, McDaniel sent 6 of his poems, including the one that would become this hymn, to Charles Hutchinson Gabriel, a well-known and widely respected composer of gospel music at the time. Gabriel was particularly famous for crafting music that was accessible and moving, often featured in the popular Billy Sunday evangelistic campaigns. Initially, McDaniel never heard back from Gabriel and assumed his submissions had been rejected, but sometime later, to his surprise, he came across one of his hymns set to music by Gabriel in a published work, and soon began to see more of his poetry transformed into song. Gabriel had indeed seen the power in McDaniel's words and chose to pair them with a fitting melody. The hymn was introduced publicly during the Billy Sunday Revival campaign in Philadelphia in 1915, led by Gabriel and Homer Roadheaver. It quickly became a crowd favorite, sung fervently in the streets of Philadelphia by thousands. The song's impact was both immediate and profound. One notable story tells of Officer Fowler of the Philadelphia Police Department, who was converted through the hymn's message. Inspired, he brought many fellow officers to the revival services, where over 100 professed faith in Christ. The hymn became a spiritual anthem in the campaign, offering hope and joy to many who were encountering the gospel for the first time. The song's influence reached beyond Philadelphia. Gabriel recalled that during a meeting in Des Moines, Iowa, many thousands of converts gathered at the train station to bid farewell to Billy Sunday by singing Since Jesus Came Into My Heart, creatively modifying the lyrics to say Since Jesus Came Into My Home, a heartfelt tribute to how the hymn had transformed their lives. Rufus Henry McDaniel passed away on February 13, 1940, in Dayton, Ohio, leaving behind a legacy not only as a faithful preacher, but also as a man who turned his sorrow into a source of encouragement for generations. Though he wrote many hymns, none have been as widely sung or as deeply loved as Since Jesus Came Into My Heart, which has appeared in at least 2 24 hymnals and continues to bring joy and spiritual reflection to worshippers around the world.